With the 25th pick in the 2015 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Shaq Thompson, linebacker.
The reason why he has that C on his chest.
With the 8th pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers have selected Kristen McCaffrey.
And stiff arm takes it right, and he leaps and somersaults into the end zone for the touchdown.
The Carolina Panthers select DJ Moore, wide receiver, Maryland.
Running loose, it's DJ Moore down the sideline. DJ Moore has a Panther touchdown.
The Carolina Panthers select Brian Burns, defensive end, Florida State. With the 7th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Derek Brown, defensive tackle, Auburn.
He has become a premier defensive tackle in this league.
Welcome to the 2021 NFL Draft. It's time for the Panthers Draft Lounge, presented by Bud Light, featuring Panthers legends Thomas Davis and Jonathan Stewart. Here's your host, Kristen Balboni.
We are here at Bank of America Stadium getting ready for the first night of the 2021 NFL Draft. Hey everybody, I'm Kristen Balboni, the Panthers team reporter, and I'm here with two Panthers legends, two former first-round picks. We got Jonathan Stewart and Thomas Davis. Guys, thank you for being here. We're going to be here tomorrow night too. I'm excited for draft night. How are you guys feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. How you feeling, T?
I'm excited, man. I'm looking forward to seeing who's going to join this fraternity.
Because it's a small, now when you say that, are you talking about all Panthers or just those first round picks? Like, do you guys have your own special text chain or anything like that?
We don't have a special text chain, but all Panthers for sure, but especially the first rounders, right, Stu?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when I first got here, TD definitely treated me well, except for the first day of practice.
Well, I gotta hear, what does that mean? What happened there?
I ain't gonna talk about it right now.
You know, that was Stu's welcome to the NFL moment. So
okay.
we'll talk about that later.
We got plenty of hours ahead, so I'm gonna hear it at some point. Is that right?
Yeah,
all right.
We'll talk about it later.
We'll definitely enlighten you with that story.
Well, we appreciate everybody being here. So we got a bunch of guests coming up. We are going to be on all the Panthers' social platforms up until 8 o'clock when the draft starts. Remember, you can watch the draft on NFL Network all weekend long. And then at 8 o'clock, we're going to move over to the Panthers app and the Panthers website. But we hope that you will stick with us. And we're going to be popping on back on social media throughout the draft. And hey, look, we're going to tell everyone that they can tweet questions for you guys. So at Panthers, if you have a question for J. Stu or TD or all of our guests that are coming on, we got a pretty good list. I don't want to give some away. Oh my gosh. All right, hold on a second. I'm just talking about guests. I look over and I see Coach Rule back here behind the camera. It's good to see you, Coach.
When I found out they were here, I said I had to come.
You had to come down and say, hey. I've been down here all day, Coach, just telling you. I'm just kidding. Coach, it is great to see you. Yeah. Are you coming to join us?
Yeah.
Awesome.
On,
this is incredible, Coach.
Man.
That's our first surprise of the night, man.
First surprise of the night.
Good seeing you, too.
How you doing, Coach?
Doing well.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to get Coach mic'd up here real quick. Guys, I'm surprised. I thought Coach was going to join us from upstairs. Do you guys feel special that he came all the way down here right before the draft?
It is an honor.
It is definitely an honor. Do you think he's going to tell us what they're going to do at 8?
Nah.
When he comes back over here?
We might get some hints, though. We're trying to get some hints.
Top secret information coming soon.
Absolutely. But we want everyone to tweet us at Panthers if you have questions for these guys and all of our guests. Also, we got a virtual fan room. We'll check in with them throughout the night. Cannot wait to see them. Always appreciate the energy. Always loved having them on the pregame shows. During the games, they would be up on the big board. We got a lot coming your way, including the head coach of the Panthers, Matt Rule, down here in the little old bunker suites with us. We appreciate you being here in the gallery.
I don't know about little old bunker suites.
Nice.
These suites are amazing. These are some nice suites.
The gallery is incredible, right?
Yeah, it is, for sure.
Now, TD, you know this place well because you had your retirement ceremony here.
It was. That was my first introduction to these suites, man. And I'm like, I gotta watch the game from here. So, I mean, we're still trying to work on figuring that out, but we'll see what happens.
If you do, can you invite me?
Absolutely. You can come hang out with us.
Yeah, can we get an invite to that?
I'm trying to get Stu to split it with me, man. What's up?
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah, you guys, I can throw in at least like $5, $6. Like, what do you think? Can I? Does that get me a spot in one of
Any
these
little bit
suites?
helps, right?
Well, we have a great show. We're going to be here on, what, $5, $6? Like, I can go up to 10, I
Get
think.
like $16 or $15.
$15, $16. I think
least,
I can
right?
do that.
At least,
Nachos or
yeah.
something.
All right. How did you guys feel? If you think back to the night you were drafted, what were you feeling at this point right now, Stu?
For me, I was having a lot of nerves because I was obviously coming off of an injury or a surgical repair on my toe from college, and I was back home in Lacey, Washington. I had a small group of people get together at the house, did a cookout, and so it was just keeping it small, kept me cool and calm when I could have been a nervous wreck. But it was a good day.
Speaking of cool and calm, we got Coach Rule right here on set. Coach, we talked to you, Jonathan and I talked to you on the draft show last year at this time. You were at your house. I've never seen somebody more relaxed before their first draft, and you look just as relaxed now. How are you feeling?
I feel good. I mean, we prepared hard, we worked hard, so I think you wake up on draft day, no matter what happens, you're going to be a better team tomorrow than you were today. So I'm excited. I sat out by I have a little fire out back. I sat out by the fire, just called a bunch of kids last night that we might draft, and someone's life's going to change today. And so
absolutely.
Even the ones that we don't get, I just wanted to wish them well, and I'm excited to see what happens.
I wanted to ask you all about that. So 2 former first rounders right here. You're going to make that call at some point, we assume, to not just first rounders, but everyone. What is it like being able to call them after their lives have changed? And it's a moment that they will remember for the rest of their lives. What was it like when you got that call? TD?
For me, it was definitely life-changing to get that call. All the hard work, all the blood, sweat, and tears that you had put into the game, to see it all come to fruition and having your name called. For me, I was the 14th overall pick, and it seemed like it took forever to get to that point. But once I heard my name called, that was a day that I wanted to celebrate with the entire community. I had my draft party back at home on a baseball field, and I invited everybody to come out, and they all did, man, and it was just a special moment. Like Stu said, something you never forget as a player.
Yeah, man, it was a surreal moment. As many nerves as I had, because I had a walking boot on my foot, and I had a projection, of going first round, and then all of a sudden, things take a turn with the media driving, stories and whatnot, saying that I'm probably going to be a 3rd round pick. So there's a lot going through my head, but once the call was made, I'm pretty sure I talked to Stephen Drummond. He asked me what number I wanted. I asked for 28. It wasn't available. They gave me 29 or something like that. Had to work it out down the road. But, it was definitely a surreal moment. And I actually, because of the nerves, I actually didn't really feel it until probably Monday Night Football when we played the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That's a long
time to not feel something, right?
Because I was still dealing with my toe.
Yeah.
And it was still and just getting through my rookie season and really trying to make an impact. But man, today's the most important day for these guys. Super excited for them. It's going to be amazing.
Coach, you're about to head back upstairs to the draft room in just a minute. Last year you were at home, as we said, as we all were. What do you think it's going to be like up there? I know you've been in the space, getting the feel for it. How do you think it's going to change?
Well, I'm excited for it because, Scott will call someone, I'll talk to someone, they'll show Mr. Tepper, they'll show a few of us, but there are so many scouts, there are so many scouting assistants, there are so many coaches that have spent a lot of time on this. And so, to me, this is an opportunity, just like after a win, you get in the locker room, and it doesn't matter how many plays you played, you celebrate together. This is a chance for everybody to do this together, and so I think those are the moments where it goes from being like work and it becomes names on a spreadsheet or guys on tape to when you make that call, it becomes real. You recognize that someone's life, someone's parents, someone's grandparents, a whole community has changed. And for me, it's unique because I didn't have a chance to play in the NFL, but as a college coach, I've had guys get drafted first, and I've been a part of that on that side, and then to now, then I had a chance to come to the NFL as a coach. And the one advice someone gave me the day I took this job was, call everyone that helped you get you there and say thank you. And, you know, in the hustle and bustle of getting here and all that, I took that time, and I'm so grateful that I did. And so I'm going to encourage whoever we draft, just, hey, make sure you go back and thank everyone, not just your mom or your father, your grandfather, but your Pee Wee coach, all the people along the way that made sure you went left when you could have gone right. So I think that's fun, and it's also a chance for us to celebrate all the people in our organization who work really hard, because it means something to be a Carolina Panther, and no one knows that better than these guys, you know. And I want to make sure that whoever comes in recognizes that this is a special place with special fans and a special alumni, and we have to do special things.
All right, real quick before you go, who are you drafting? I'm kidding. Unless you want to tell.
No, you know what's so funny is in a lot of years you're sitting there, you're like, all right, one's going to be this, two's going to be this. You know, this is like, maybe because it's virtual, there's so much lead up. So we'll be watching 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like really, really interestingly to see if something takes a turn. And then this is the last time we want to be picking in the top 10 for a while. So we have to make sure that we're, we're open to everything. So we've worked hard at it. Hopefully we have a good plan, and we'll get a good player tonight.
All right, Coach, we'll be rooting you on. We're excited to see what happens. Thank you for coming down here. We did not expect that, and we really appreciate you taking the time.
Definitely appreciate it, Coach.
Yeah, Coach, thank you so much.
All right, take care, man.
Good luck, Coach.
Pretty incredible. Our first guest of the night. Now everybody's got to live up to Coach Rule coming down to the gallery here. Yeah.
Pleasant surprise. I like it.
Yeah, man. Night starting off.
Night is off to a great start. It's all going to be downhill from here, right, after Coach Rule leaves.
Go ahead and get your pre-draft routine down. I know you got one.
All right, Coach, thank you so much. Hey, let's bring on our virtual fan room. This is incredible. They are here with us all night. Hey, guys, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. Look at that. Love to see the jerseys.
Best fans in the land, baby.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
And you know what's great is we had the virtual fan rooms during the games last season and then the pregame. And it really does, when there was no one here that first game, there were 0 fans in the stands. So even to have them up on the big board is a little something, just to bring that energy, like you just said, even if it is virtual. We appreciate you guys being here. We're going to check in with them throughout the night.
That was the weirdest feeling in the world. That's the weirdest. Man, you're so used and you're so accustomed to going into the stands, even in pregame and seeing, at least half of the stadium filled up. But to walk out to it being like complete crickets, man, that was the weirdest feeling I ever had in my life.
How does one get their energy leveled up to?
Man, you just got to rally around your teammates. You got to build it up from within, because you don't have a fan base to cheer you on, and you know that everybody's at home watching it and it's at a heightened level, but to go out there and not have not even anybody booing you, that was one of the hardest things as a player that I've ever experienced.
So the chemistry there must have actually made teams tighter.
It had to. I mean, you even think about it. At home, you know that you're going to have your fan base. Then you go on the road, you got to rally around each other. But when you go on the road, it's crickets. You at home, it's crickets. So you got to have guys on your team that are going to continue to motivate each other, that are going to continue to push each other when things are going well, when they're going bad. And, that's kind of what we had to do this year.
Oh, it's funny. I asked about Brian Burns, one of those first games where there were no fans in here. I saw him come out. This might have been practice, but he came out and he was pretending like he was high-fiving fans.
Waving.
And I thought it was kind of funny. I said oh, is that what you're doing to pump yourself up? And he said, yeah, there was this kid that would sit in the same exact place and wear my jersey every single game. And I picture myself high-fiving him.
Nice.
I love that.
That's powerful.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Bill Voth out in Cleveland. Bill, how's it going out there?
Hey, Kristen, you said we were going to go downhill. We're going to go downhill very quickly when you toss that to me.
I don't lie on camera. But you are up in Cleveland, your hometown. First of all, what's the weather like? I know it was raining earlier. Are you rained on?
Well, it snowed here last Wednesday.
What?
It was 80 and sunny yesterday, and it's 50 and rainy today. So it's Cleveland weather. My videographer, Stephen Manderville, he said earlier that him and his wife, Veronica, this is his first time here, that he thinks they're going to move here now. He loves it so much. So hopefully Veronica's not watching right now. He's finding that out. But Cleveland rocks.
we got to talk about that because we need Vanderbilt here back in Charlotte. Please bring him back with you. You just heard Coach Rule, Bill, talking about the fact that they're going to be looking at what happens. We filled out our mock drafts. What do you think the Panthers are going to do at 8?
I have no idea. I don't, and you know what? I honestly don't think Matt Rule, Scott Fitterer, or David Tepper know what they're doing. Anything can really happen. I think, as everybody knows, right? You're looking at Atlanta first. You're going to assume they're going to take Pitts. At 5, is it going to be Sewell or Chase? And then at 6, what's Miami going to do? They moved into 6, but there's a lot of talk about that money to move out of 6. That could affect the Panthers. If Miami stays, it could be one of the Alabama wide receivers. At 7, of course, you've got Detroit, and if you think people don't know what the Panthers are doing, nobody has any idea what the Lions are doing, but that, of course, could affect the Panthers. Someone could go in and trade in with Detroit. And so then what do the Panthers have left? Is it Justin Fields? Is it Sewell? Does he fall? Does Chase fall? Or do one of the cornerbacks look really good there at 8? Or are the phones ringing? The phones will be ringing, but who will be on the other side and what will they be offering? Will it be good enough to move back? Denver? Right, the Panthers talked to Denver yesterday, made a deal. Could be Denver again. Dallas, Jerry Jones might want to get aggressive and get one of the cornerbacks that he wants, maybe Patrick Surtain. Philadelphia at 12 could be interested, and the Patriots at 15 could be interested. So anybody's guess. It's all we're doing. We're just guessing right now. I think over the last 2 years, we could really target what the Panthers are going to do. I don't know. I honestly don't know, and that's not good. That doesn't make for good TV, but that's the truth.
No, this is great.
It makes for, we're smiling from ear to ear watching you go through all those scenarios. It makes for good TV also because there's some concert going on behind you. Who is playing?
I have no idea. I hear myself, I hear you, and I hear Mike Bonner, the producer, and I hear that. So this is why I'm kind of all over the place. And Kristen, when did you get to Charlotte? You got there like 13, 14 months ago, and this is our first time on air together. So clearly I'm very rusty. You always bring it, you're in mid-season form. But hopefully it's going okay for you.
It's going amazing. I do want to ask you though, because we are loving it. Jonathan is enraptured right now. I do want to ask you though, because you're in Cleveland, as you said, with our producer Stephen Manderville. What's it like up there? Because we talked about this with Jonathan and Coach Rule, which last year we were all completely from home. The year before that it was draft as usual with everyone in their amazing outfits and the full treatment. So what's it like kind of with this half and half, Bill, where some of the guys are up there, they are conducting the draft from Cleveland, but there's a lot of people that are at home?
Yeah, there's only 12 players here. Farley yesterday had to drop out because he tested positive for COVID. But it's almost like there's still a pandemic going on, and the NFL is trying to pull off a draft, and they're doing it. It's not at the grand NFL scale, but it's almost like Cleveland mid-size market type scale. It's a big event. We're getting back from the pandemic a little bit. It took about 45 minutes to get credentials, which is inconvenient for us, but really if that's what we have to go through to attend events like this, oh well. So it does feel like we're getting back to normal. Yeah, people are wearing masks. Yeah, there's a lot of security people that don't yet let you do this, don't let you do that, but it's a lot better than what we were doing last year at this time.
What did a security guard try to stop you from doing? Did you try to get on the stage? Like what did you come into conflict with?
I kind of like to go wherever I want to go, and when I say, hey, do you know who I am? They say no. We have no idea who you are.
Bill was trying to get in the tent.
Yeah, but it's a lot of like, hey, put your mask up over your nose and all that stuff.
He was trying to get in the tent with Steve and the guys over there, huh?
Yeah, you try to say hello to Steve Smith.
Yeah, Bill, did you just tell them you're Steve Smith, if anyone asks?
I can't hear you. What are you saying?
We're just saying you were trying to get in the tent, the NFL Network tent
So
with
Steve Smith, if Stephen Manderville could go in there, we're out here in the rain and the cold, and Steve Smith was back there in that nice little NFL Network setup.
Yeah, we can't even see him even when
you guys are at a bar. So yeah, I got to come to Cleveland, but I feel like we got the short end of the stick. Oh, I lost you.
Bill looks excited, right?
Bill's having a time of his life. But it's cool. I mean, the draft is in his hometown of Cleveland, which
If you
is
guys
cool.
can hear me, I can't hear you.
Can you hear us, Bill? I don't know if Bill can hear us. We'll find out. But Bill, we missed you. I would say, what is it here, guys? Like 76 and sunny, beautiful. We got some food coming up in
It's
just
perfect,
a little bit.
man. The weather is perfect
Could
right
not
now.
be nicer. We wish you were here, Bill.
Hopefully they dropped off. If you guys are just staring at me right now. Hi, Mom.
All right, we're going to let Bill enjoy that beautiful Cleveland weather. The thing is, I can't tell if he really knew we were there or if he didn't at all.
I don't.
What do you think?
I think he didn't know.
I think he's a little lost right now.
He's trying to get
It's
into
the
that.
Cleveland weather.
NFL Network 10. That's what you can expect from everybody all night. All right, speaking of the food, though, I have heard that we have some food coming in from Chef Crystal. Chef Crystal, if you want to come join us, Jonathan was asking what time the food was going to get here. We are excited to have it. Thank you
was
so
asking, too.
much. I'm sorry, and TD, everyone was
Stewart
asking.
wanted
I
to
didn't mean to be.
TD eat a lot.
Well, I know one thing. We found
greedy,
out
but-
some information about Jonathan, and we're going to make sure that we keep the pretzels away from him tonight.
Oh, I wasn't going to
So
say it.
thank you for the information, brother. We appreciate it.
Give me gas. Straight up.
I just asked that he just, we're going to sit here for several hours, so.
We have a new guest that's joining us, a little late for the party, but former Panther Captain Monahan is on his way to the bar.
Hey, buddy.
Welcome, Cap.
Captain was like, I didn't know that I was coming right into
little
the.
Cap. Come here, little
He's
Cap.
walking back out.
Little Cap,
All right.
come on.
Captain's going to join us in just a minute, but we also have a Zoom guest right now while we bring in our food and while Captain gets all set up to come in here. We got Derek Brown with us. Derek, how's it going?
I'm home watching the draft.
Can you hear us okay, Derek?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my bad. Well, look, this was you this time last year, and I'm talking to, now we have 3 Panthers first-round picks that we are here with. What was going through your mind at this time last year?
I was sitting at home sweating it, just waiting to figure out where I was going to go. And, when I heard my name called, it was just an overwhelming feeling.
What advice would you guys give the future Panthers first-round pick? TD?
My advice would be to just enjoy this moment. Just kind of embrace this whole atmosphere, enjoy this night, and, make sure that when you come to work and you get in the building, it's all about work. This is the time right now that you get to enjoy being a first-round pick. You get to enjoy all of the hard work that you put in to become the player that you've become. But once you get here, the expectation levels are going to be high. There are going to be a lot of people that are going to be looking at you. The microscope is a lot smaller. So when you get here, you got to make sure that you're ready to go.
Yeah, that's great advice, TD. I would say, regret hurts harder and worse than discipline. So just be disciplined. Just believe in what got you to where you are, and just keep working and just stay disciplined, because regret is gonna hurt way worse.
And Derek, we were just talking about the fact that that's a good one. I'm writing all this stuff down. We were just talking about the fact that last year's draft was entirely from home. I don't know if you remember this in the whirlwind, but Jonathan and I, we were doing a virtual show and we talked to you. Julius was there when we got to talk to you that night. He welcomed you to the team and gave you some advice. What was it like being home for that moment? Because you didn't have a choice. I don't know what you would have chosen if you were able to go to Las Vegas, but to get to have that moment with your family when your name was called.
No, I was definitely headed to Vegas, so that kind of. But I think in the moment of taking the big show out of it and having that moment with my family, having my son there, my parents, my fiance, my sister, brother. I mean, that was just that's a moment I'll never forget. And when that moment happened, all of our lives changed. I feel like, and that started. It made my dream come true to get drafted, but then they gave me something else to look forward to keep myself motivated going forward.
That's incredible. And last year's draft was all defense. The Panthers made history, and that class, Derek's class, holds a special place in my heart. Got to spend a lot of time with it. A lot of it was virtual last year. And then you added some pieces in free agency. So, Derek, how are you feeling about this draft tonight?
You know, a lot of people asking me, I'm like, man, I don't even know. Like, we don't talk about what's gonna happen. But you know, I'm excited to see who we pick, and you know, going forward, you know, welcome them. But, you know, like TD said, when you get in the building, it's just all work.
One thing that I don't know if you guys know this, but Coach Rule has said about Derek is that when he met him in person and heard the way he spoke about, it was your D-line coach at Auburn, I believe. Derek, correct me if I'm wrong, and just that he was like, he's a football guy. He's a person that loves the game. But then, Derek, this year, nobody really got a chance to do those in-person meetings. So what do you think that's like for these guys? I'd love to ask all of you. TD, I'll start with you. What do you think it's like for the guys that only got to put so much on tape this year, didn't get to have those in-person meetings, and, you know, may not know what's going to happen tonight?
You know, I think sometimes, you know, the in-person meetings can be a gift and a curse, because sometimes you get to really go in and kind of dispel some notions that have been said about you as a player, and sometimes you can just go in there and talk your way out of a job. So for me, I went into an in-person meeting and it completely threw me off. I went in and I allowed the coaches to talk me into actually running at the combine when I wasn't going to run. They started to question my competitiveness and started saying things about certain guys were running. I wasn't running, so I allowed that to get to me because I'm one of the most competitive people that you're going to ever meet. And I had never practiced the double line start, so I went right out, and I actually did the 40, and it didn't end well. I ran a slower time than I'm accustomed to running, so I was extremely disappointed. But I think in doing that, sometimes, though, you know, guys can go in and you can really talk yourself into a job. You can show how intelligent you are. You can show, like you said about DB, how much you really love the game of football. And, you know, coaches definitely enjoy having that one-on-one time with guys.
And DB, what did you take away from that chat with Rule? Did you feel like all of that helped you in terms of getting that in-person time and getting to do some things on your own terms before going into the draft?
Yeah, you know, I remember walking into the hotel room, meeting with Coach Rule and everybody else that was there. It was, you know, it was my first time just, you know, kind of getting to be able to talk to the coaches because, you know, we didn't have the visits, we didn't have anything. But, you know, like T said, like, a lot of that stuff, like some of those rooms you walk into, a lot of it, you know, they pressure you to, you know, they ask you a lot of questions, but they kind of just want to see where you at. If you hold your ground on certain stance, you be like, you know what, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. The combine was something that I thought about too, because I chose to do certain things at the combine knowing that, you know, my body wasn't feeling so great. So I was in that same boat.
Well, Derek, I just want to thank you for doing this. What did you say, Thomas? It was a fraternity with the Panthers' first-round picks. I think you guys all have a text chain that I don't get invited to. I don't know.
We need to start one for
yeah.
sure.
I don't know no text chain.
Keeping up with our guys, man, for sure.
But Derek, thank you so much for everything. Thank you for joining us. I know what it was like for you a year ago this time. We appreciate you joining us. Hope all is going well for you this offseason. All right, in just a couple minutes, we are only going to be on the Panthers app and Panthers.com. So hope that you will follow us over there because we have tons of guests coming your way. So this is how you do it. You got NFL Network up top, and then you got Panthers right there, Panthers website or app. We hope that you will join us over on Panthers.com and on the Panthers app or on the Panthers app, however you want to watch. You could do it as a second screen because we are going to get into it. The draft is about to kick off on NFL Network, and it's like, you know, it's like Bill said, it's like Coach Rule said, like, we don't know what's going to happen. I feel like we all, you know, feel pretty confident with 1 and 2, but we're going to be watching along just with with everybody else.
I think it makes the draft even more exciting when you really don't know where guys are going to go. You know,
well, it makes it exciting for us, not for them, right?
In years past, you know, it's kind of been predictable. You can kind of guess, hey, a guy's going here, a guy's going there. But I think there's so much talent in this draft, and you don't really know where guys are going to go. So it's going to be exciting to see these guys fall to their NFL teams.
All right, we got somebody that Thomas knows very well. I mean, we all know him well, but somebody that holds a special place in Thomas's heart next. And let's get Captain in here too.
Man, my son, man, come on,
Little Cap.